Hello, welcome to the What I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank. I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes. Nothing too exciting to talk about. It's solid colors, very bland, like my life. So I think it was 2 days ago. Um, the days are all blurred into one, so I'm just going to say a couple of days ago. I believe it was a trash day. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I had to go outside and move something. Okay, so I you know I, well I don't have to explain the process of going outside, do I? Anyway, so I head outside, and like a vampire, um, seeing the sun. I was like, oh my god, this 11 a.m. sunlight is just way too bright. And so I ran back inside and put on some sunglasses because, oh God, like what was that movie? Remember Varsity Blues, where the kids went to the strip club and then like left the club like at whatever 6 in the morning or whatever 8 in the morning. I don't know what time it was, and they're all like blinded by the sunlight. It was like that scene, except it wasn't as cool, and there were no strippers, and yeah, there was no soundtrack. Um, anyway, I think it's a good sign that I haven't been outside in so long that just opening up my drapes and seeing the sunlight blinds me. So I'm on the right track, living like royalty here. So I was thinking about restaurant commercials, like food commercials. Well, more like food chain commercials where they'll show people order. Well, I mean, this is America, so it's not like our food is complicated, So like someone orders an omelet, okay, and like they show the chef or like the close up of the omelet being made. Now, talk about the most unimpressive thing I've ever seen. Okay, but anyway, so this one particular commercial I saw, they're advertising an omelet. I just do you guys know how to make an omelet? You crack some eggs, and then you turn on the skillet, and then you flip it once. I mean, come on. Anyway, so they show the chef making an omelet. Like, oh no, it's like you gotta go to Chef Ramsay school to do this. But anyway, they make the omelet, put some cheese on it, and act like it's like this 5-star meal, and then they take it to a table and put it in front of a fat person, and the fat person starts cheering. I'm never going to that restaurant. That's my whole point of this. If you want, if you want me to go to your restaurant, I think, or just in general, not me, because I'm not gonna go. I can actually cook my own food, and I don't need to pay you $12 to make me an omelet that I can do. But anyway, if I'm advertising for a restaurant, shouldn't you have like a skinny person at the table get the food, right? I don't know. I thought. I mean, I'm sure I've said this before, but I just think that it would get more people to go. Like, okay, like you ever been in McDonald's and like you're standing in line and then like you'll see like this like gym rat like this. I'm talking like this bodybuilder dude in there like in line, and you're like, oh whoa, well if he eats McDonald's, then I guess it's not that bad. Or like you'll see like a super hot chick, in like a Kelly Bundy dress. Like the way women are supposed to look like. Like you actually see like like a real woman, like long hair, nails done, wearing like, feminine clothes, you know. not wearing boots or sneakers and with like purple and like pink hair with a ripped shirt that says, vagina on it. Like a real woman. Anyway, if you see her in line at McDonald's, you're like, oh, okay, well then I guess that's not that bad, you know. But like if you go into McDonald's and like you see like 5 or 6 people, shaped like the number zero, you're like, oh, well I guess it's true what they say about McDonald's. I guess I'm gonna go eat somewhere else. So I just think it's the same thing with like these chain restaurant commercials. Like, you know, at least the commercial I saw, it was like some woman who could like barely fit behind the table. This woman looked like she needed a shoehorn to sit on the chair. To squeeze in between the back of the chair and the desk or whatever. But I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, good-looking people, are a big bonus when it comes to like making some like a bad product look good. It's just like when you open up a magazine and you see like a cigarette ad. You know, you see a bunch of young, healthy people with with perma smiles on their face, and like the best one is yeah, God, what's that cigarette? The menthol brand, like Newports, I think. Yeah, Newports. And like, aren't Newports? Isn't the stereotype that black people smoke menthol cigarettes? Okay, so like when we open up the magazine and you see a Newport ad, what is it always? It's always a bunch of young white people singing at the park, just having a gay old time, And it says Newports. That makes me want to smoke them. Okay, but if you put an ad where it's like the real people who smoke it, like 45-year-old divorcees who if they stepped on a scale, the scale is like, get the fuck off me. With you and your 3 kids from 4 different men. I think 5 actually. That was a gangbang, but and just good-looking people, or just make any product seem cool. Like I'll smoke cigarettes if if you're using that group of young, healthy, middle America, suburb family type, you know, people on there. But if you're putting like whatever, like G Money, the neighborhood drunk slash homeless guy who had to borrow, who had to beg for change at the park, smoking the Newports. But no, I'm not gonna want to buy. That I don't know. Just I am flabbergasted at the horrible choice of advertising methods that these companies use. I mean, the best advertising with anything is when you see someone good looking using the product. You know, hell, like that's why Coke and meth is so popular because obviously it's the best way to lose weight. So like when you go to a dealer and you see like some hot skinny chick, because being skinny means hot. At least when it comes with women, women always look better skinny. I mean that's just how it is. Okay, you can take these quote unquote thick. I love how thick has 25 subcategories. Slim thick. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, so like you're gonna go pick up a 20 sack from your dealer, okay? And like maybe there's someone like another customer's inside sitting on the couch. It's this really skinny hot chick because skinny equals hot. You're like, oh hey, you know what? This shit ain't that bad then. But like, what if you went inside there to buy whatever 20 sack, 40 sack, 60 sack, whatever kind of sack you buy, whatever your level of dedication is to the life, to the game, and you see like, well, you would never see this, but you saw like a big fat guy, you'd be like, maybe I shouldn't get this. Or or you can go to the other extreme, like if you saw like, I don't know, like a super skinny chick, but maybe she's battered and bruised. You'd be like, oh, okay, well maybe. But then also because you're a woman hater, you'd probably think, oh well, she probably just got hurt playing softball. Now that was an inside joke. Too inside though. I used to work with this woman um, at a dog place. Okay, and like she would come to work every like 3 weeks. I mean, like she came to work every day, but like every 3 weeks she would show up to work and have like a black eye or like or like a bruise. It just it looked like someone beat the crap out of her. Basically, is what I'm saying. And she didn't like wearing makeup, so she didn't have the common courtesy to cover up. And so just a girl would go, "What happened?" And then she would go, "Oh, so I was it was a it was a softball game. I was playing first base and I missed it and the ball hit me." And then like I'm listening. I'm like, "Oh, cool, whatever." And then when she would walk away, because you know how anytime you walk away from a group of women, they all start talking shit about you. The girls would like huddle together and be like, "She doesn't play softball. Her boyfriend hit her." And then I would go, "Huh? No, I mean look at her. She looks like a really crappy softball player." And then like another couple weeks would go by. She'd have like a whatever, like a swollen lip or something like that. And then like someone would go, "What happened?" And then she'd say like, "Oh, I walked into the wall. I drank a little, too much." She'd walk away. Then everyone would gather around, start talking shit about her. They're like, "It must be her boyfriend." And I'd be like, "Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, she does say she drinks a lot, and like, I mean, how many times have I walked into a wall being drunk?" And then like this I'll never this other time. I mean, this happened a dozen times. Okay, she came into work limping, and she was just walking weird. And then they would go, "What happened?" And then she was like, I was mopping the kitchen floor and I slipped." And then like she walked away. And then all the girls gather on and you're like, you know, when he gets mad at her, he does anal. And so I said, you know what? You're right. I don't know why that story is funny to me, but it just is. Anyway, why is that so funny to me? That's a true story though. That really happened. I was working at this dog place, and the chick's name was Rosalie. She was like, I mean, she was like really tall, really skinny, and just every 3 weeks, man. Every 3 weeks, it looked like it looked like she got beat up. Like it was bad. She looked like she fought a UFC fighter sometimes. I mean, anyway, uh, but man, she had an excuse every week, and I supported every excuse. I really did. I really did. But well, because I'm a very supportive person. Also, I'm just mean. But the only problem is the people who she worked with, she's you know, whatever. She's getting beat by her boyfriend. Okay, she was staying with him, and she still stayed with him because he owns a house. So she chose a life of, I want to be with a man that owns a house, and I'll put up with anything. So I knew this, and I'm just like, hey man, like this is what women do. They, if a guy has money, they'll overlook a lot of stuff and stay with him. If a guy owns property, they will overlook a lot of stuff and stay with him. Whatever that you know like status is, whether it's money, property, something, but it's usually money or property. That type of woman will put up with a lot of shit, and supposedly he cheated on her but hey, he owns a house. So, and so, it was obvious what was going on because, all the girls would talk shit. So I'm assuming that she told all these women her personal life. That's why every time she left the room, they would talk shit about him. But the people she's talking to, like, they weren't any better. Like the redhead was like a raging alcoholic. She was always late to work, or like she's like, have you ever just woken up and drink a gallon of water? She probably said that like twice a week. Or like, oh god, I drank too much last night. That was almost every day. Oh god, I drank too much last night. This other girl that worked there, her dad owned a sweatshop, which like what? Like I said, these women weren't the model citizens that they let on. Yeah, like her dad owned a sweatshop that employed several illegal Korean immigrants and a couple Mexican ones, but it was mostly Korean. And it was like a real sweatshop. Like they're making clothes, and like they just got paid. Well, they got paid $2 a day, so that's more than your average sweatshop. But it was ridiculous. And then like the other woman who would be in on this conversation, she was an escort, even though she was working at a dog place at the same time. It was it's like, dude, you're talking to like some top quality citizens here, and they're all judging you because of your lifestyle, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like the only one normal there was me, and that's not saying much. Really not. Anyway, um, listen, I've said enough. I'm gonna go back to doing what I do best, and that's absolutely nothing. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Peace.